Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Today is really indecisive. It's like finally like 65, 70 degrees, but it's been raining, sunny, raining, sunny, raining. So it just doesn't know what it wants to do. Today, I don't know if the light can catch me. If I turn this way, maybe. Okay. Still like, because we're not gonna be at a car show, or we're not gonna be doing any installs today, even though I will be doing some in the near future. Today's gonna be a different type of video. I don't wanna just jump straight into the rebuild process and you guys not know the backstory of the car. So I think I'm gonna get into that now so you guys understand where I'm coming from, what I want to do, and explain my goals for the car going forward. This light is really bright right now, but everywhere else is kind of super dark, so I think I'm gonna stick with it for right now. But today I'm gonna be telling you guys everything that's wrong with the car currently before we just jump back into the build. Let's get into the video. What I have done to it right now is I have a pair of Raceland coilovers to lower the car. I know they're not the best, but I was falling on a budget, so to say. I didn't realize how expensive it was to actually build a car once I started looking at mods. So I just picked them up. I thought they were pretty decent. I read some reviews, people said they were great. 8 out of 10 wouldn't recommend. If you're just trying to daily your car, you're not looking to do any type of performance upgrade at all, they're fantastic. But once you get into building more power, stiffening the chassis, it doesn't ride good at all. You hit a lot of bumps and things of that nature. So besides that, I have a few suspension mods. I have front spec B control arms. I have the white line ladder link kit in the rear, which is the tow arms as well as the camber arms. I have upgraded sway bar end links because the stock ones tend to fail. I had rear sway bar that I was going to install before everything went to bad town. I have a pair of Debo clear headlights. I have a pair of JDM taillights on the rear. I'll show you those. I'll post a picture of right here what it looks like with that on. I also have a rare JDM mid-wing on the car. I'm not sure you can get these parts anymore. You probably can get the taillight secondhand, but as far as the mid-wing, it was a pretty rare item. You probably see them out there floating around, but shout out to my Subaru parts on Instagram. They looked out, got me. I got some regular JDM rain guards on the car that actually I put them a little too high. They were supposed to come to right next to where the window was. There's a front lip off of a 2005 STI. I had to trim it and make it fit. I have dial dynamic bulbs in here, as well as dial dynamic bulbs in there. A little bit more meatier setup. I'm probably gonna go for like a 245/35 in the next build because I do want to push a lot more power. And as far as that, I have everything else in stock. No performance upgrades. In this journey of buying used parts, I would say save your money and buy the original parts from the original manufacturer, whoever manufactured this, if it's the actual people or the secondhand, like legitimate suppliers. Because buying things secondhand, I mean, you obviously get it for cheaper, but one, you don't get the satisfaction opening your own, as well as getting new parts in the mail. As far as that, I'm gonna take y'all around and show y'all everything that's wrong with her. By the way, her name is Void. I'm gonna take y'all with me and show y'all everything that's currently wrong with my car. Okay, so a couple things are wrong. One, obviously you can see cosmetically the door is in fact messed up. It was like that when I purchased it, and I purchased this car at like around 9 o'clock at night in the I would say like 8:30, but this was in the winter months, so it was pitch black. 10 out of 10, do not recommend buying a car at night. Trust me, it's not worth it. There's so much blemishes that you can't see because it's so dark. But if you go inside the car, interior is very clean. I must say that, and the interior was very clean. Obviously all the engine's taken apart, so all the parts are in here. Don't look at that yet. It's just fine, everything's fine. It gets stuck in 5th gear for some reason, and I really don't like that. So like sometimes I'll be like cruising. Amazing. It always drove me crazy. It would never happen like back to back, but when it did happen, it happened for like a good solid 2 minutes, and it was always annoying. This side of the door also has it right there. People don't notice it on this side, but it bothers the hell out of me. So I can't wait to get to the shop and I can get a brand new door or get a different color one and just respray it. But I'm most likely just gonna find another black door because I'm not really good at painting yet. And I do want to take my hand and see how it is just so I can show you guys if it's daunting as it seems. But it's really scary thing to start doing, especially when you don't have the proper equipment and you have to go around and buy it. Right behind that sway bar, those bolts right there for the camber. I believe those are the camber adjusters. They're seized and they do not want to come out. So those are rusted on there, so I wasn't able to adjust it to get my alignment in perfectly. And whenever I brought it to like Firestone or anything like that, they were always saying, oh yeah, it's good. And one thing you gotta look out for, guys, when you guys go to get your cars aligned at a shop, Firestone or whatever it is, always ask for the print sheet. Because they will say, yeah, your alignment's good. And when you ask for a print sheet, they have to give you one. So once they give it to you, you'll notice that where your alignment was prior to coming in to where it is now. And when they gave me that, I was just like, this is very off. Another time, let me just get it right. As long as your toe is good, you can deal with camber. I didn't know my rear diff was leaky. When I went to go change the diff fluid, it was dripping a little bit, so I replaced the diff fluid and then I sprayed degreaser and cleaned the diff, and it wasn't leaking. It was still dry. I was like, okay, cool. And then one day when I was driving up my hill, I live on a hill, so when I was driving up, I was in boost. I was probably like 5 or 6 pounds into boost coming up the hill, and boom, completely. I was driving and I'm cruising, second gears, crack, rear diff was gone. And then I'll throw a clip over here. I'll throw a clip right here to let y'all know exactly the sound I'm talking about. I thought it was something completely worse. I thought I blew a gear, but there's no way I could blow a gear in 6 pounds up a hill with my 5-speed, right? Yeah, I think so. But I'm gonna throw the clip right here, so let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Yeah, so I parked it, and then I've always had a code on my Active Sport check engine light, whatever you want to call it, for a P0. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's for your TGV position sensor, low input or output, one of the two. And I was like, ah, shit. So I took the intake manifold off thinking, you know what? I'm just gonna change it TGV, why not? Or delete the TGVs. I made the terrible mistake of putting, shop towels and microfiber cloths in the valves instead of like putting a plastic bag or taping it. And it rained really bad that night. And this is what happened, guys. So, as you can clearly see, there is water in there. As you can clearly see, so water got into my turbo. I don't know how. This is dry, but water still got into my turbo. That's one. Two, this is completely soaked. And if you guys can look right there, there's water in the back of valve number 3, as well valve number 1. It is a true EJ25. I have not turned the engine over since noticing this or started the car, and we got a little something to remedy the situation. I will tell you guys everything that we're gonna do to the car in a little bit. You guys are gonna like it. I'm definitely gonna like it, but so as far as engine, that's the problem. So that's why I can't get the car back 100% now. You guys, the plans, I have everything written down on my phone, so I'm gonna let you guys know what we have planned, and we'll go from there. This is Void. That's Moonlight. I have some news about Moonlight. If you guys can guess what that news is, I want you guys to drop it in the comment section below right now. You guys are not gonna find out this video. You guys are gonna find out in the next video. But drop what you think in the comment section below of what's happening with Moonlight. Manual swap, turbo swap. Also, you guys can see in the background there's another Subaru right here. And yes, we do have 3 Subarus. I have a 2005 NA automatic Subaru. I have my 2005 Outback XT. That's my baby right there. But if you look all the way over here, there's also a 2012 Subaru Legacy. And I must say, I've never really liked the 5th gens that much, but after driving it and I had probably an hour or 2 hour seat time bringing it back home, It's really comfortable. Has some giddy up being a NA. Well, actually not that one. 2 projects is taking up all my money, so. Okay guys, modifications that I want to do, and I recommend you guys, if you guys are ever trying to build your car, one, figure out what kind of car you want. I have a list written down of everything that I want to do step by step in each process. If I want to rank power, the steps I'm going to go. I have stage 1 obviously, which is getting completely functioning OEM spec. Stage 2, which is power reliability, like 450 wheel, and stage 3, which is like full out 700, maybe like 500 pound-feet of torque. My phone's always dying for some reason. The first one obviously is a 6-speed swap. Because I have the blown rear diff, why not? You guys might have guessed it was leading up to this, but we're getting a 6-speed. Obviously, entire 2006 STI drivetrain. I have that already. I have an ACT twin disc clutch, 515 pound-feet of torque capable. It's also on the checklist. I have Brimbos with rear brackets, also on the checklist, because what's the point of doing 6-speed and you don't do the Brimbos, am I right? Redline cocktail for the transmission and rear diff, obviously. What else would you use? You can also use Motul, but Redline is top of the line. Cobb big SF intake, catted downpipe, AFR gauge, AAM boost gauge, AM oil pressure gauge, stainless steel brake lines, white line center roll adjustment kit, because anytime you lower your car, your suspension geometry will be off, so you need to get that roll kit to center everything back up so you don't have shake or you don't have your car pulling to any one direction while you're driving. OEM rear subframe. I could use the one I have now, but if those bolts are as a pain in the butt to get out as everyone states, I'd rather just replace the entire subframe and not have to deal with it. Also have aluminum lower control arms for the front. I already have these. I bought them a while ago. I was gonna put them on, but obviously things happen. So a couple of these things on the list is already in my possession. I had to source a few of them. So far, that's all I have to get this car back running, obviously. And then once I get this car back running, then I will start the stage Void 2.0, like you would like to call it. I don't. And that one's for 400 to 450 wheel horsepower. So obviously, number 1 is get a daily driver, register and insure the new daily. Send my short block out. This one was the controversy for me. I had send my short block out to out front, V3 closed deck service, up drilled 1/2-inch head studs, get the block detailed board honed, and I have all the price lists out for all that, how much it would cost. However, I think for this iteration, I'd rather overbuild my engine, so if I was ever like trying to push more power in the future, I wouldn't have to worry about like spinning a bearing, worrying about oiling because I didn't upgrade the oil pan or things of that. So I have that new OEM 11mm water pump, OEM nitrated crank, 2017 STI. They're like $300, might as well. IEG seal kit, all gases you'll need prior. Radium fuel rails, ID 1050, radium fuel pump hanger. I'm indecisive on whether to go with a 450 and get like the new hanger or just get the 340 and just slap it in my OEM hanger. But I think I might go to like a W fuel pump setup just to have the fuel pump checked off on my list so I don't have to worry about fueling in the future, you know? I like to pre-build. I like to overbuild things so when I want to upgrade in the future, it won't be that hard to get there. Fuel pressure regulator, that's a given, obviously. Killer Bee Holy headers, obviously equal length. PLM up pipe or stern wastegate, obviously 38mm. I was thinking about upgrading turbo, but I already have the turbo, and I'll tell you that. It's a steam speed rated for 450. It'll get me where I want to be. What up, man? As for like front mount kits, I was thinking everyone like recommend like Perrin or other brands. I've seen what quality parts do and how they last. So from here on out, I think I'm gonna go with quality parts, and I'm not anything performance suspension or that's not for appearance. I'm not gonna go like secondhand. I think I'm gonna buy everything brand new. I mean, if I can't find it brand new, obviously I'll buy it secondhand. But I think from here on out with this build, I don't think I'm gonna spare any expense because I don't want it to be a build that I spend building with you guys and just to find out that it breaks because I cheaped out on a part down the road. Intercoolers, I want to get an ETS front mount intercooler with all the piping. It's quite pricier than everything else on the market, but however, ETS is a really good brand. I have a cousin of mine who has an Evo 10 ETS everything, and it performs phenomenal. I've heard nothing but great things about ETS, so I think it'll be a great investment. IAG Comp Series AOS, I have to source this one because unfortunately they do not make it new anymore. So you can't go on IAG's website and just buy a Comp Series AOS. So I've been on the hunt for a Comp Series AOS, specifically for 08 to 14 WRXs or obviously Outback XTs. So if you guys have one for sale, drop a comment, DM me, slide in them DMs, that kid OG on Instagram, obviously the same as the channel. And let me know, I will buy it from you. And that's it I have for the actual engine. The heads is a whole different story. This is something I think you guys should do. Like if you just look at it, it's in my notes. Everything I want, I'll put a green check by it if I accomplished it. And this will keep you on track. It's like having a vision board, but I screenshot it and have it on my lock screen. So whenever I do go on my phone, it's there. I'm like, all right, cool, stay on track. Like, and this is my one for the 6-speed swap. I have everything labeled, and when I get it, I just check it off. My engine build, as you can clearly see, is right there. Everything for my engine build. That way, I don't skip any steps and I don't cheap out on things. I think having a video where you lay everything out what you want to do is important, so people know what direction you're taking. It's hard to build any type of car, no matter if you have a 4-rotor, a Skyline, a Nissan, a Subaru, or like a Mazda 3-speed or a Miata or anything. No matter what your build is, an Evo, whatever. It's important to write things down or you'll get derailed and you start buying things. Like, perfect example, say you just bought a car, you did all your maintenance, but you need suspension, but you see an intake and oh, I want the sounds, I want the cool noises, so I'm gonna go buy an intake instead of getting suspension. And then your car sounds cool, but it handles like crap. It's like booty cheeks. I think it's important to have a list and stick to it. That's important. Nothing in this world is obtainable without persistency, without being persistent and disciplined. So it's a little bit weird, a little discussion video, but if you guys want to see any other videos, I have a lot coming up. Once this car gets to the shop, I will have a lot of content being pumped out to you guys, from pulling the motor, pulling the trans, things of that nature. Just stay tuned, guys, because we have some bangers coming up, especially with the weather getting a lot warmer. I hope you guys got something knowledgeable out of this video. I know it's not, you know, donuts, two-stepping or anything like that, but if I can not inspire you, but allow you guys to understand that everything you want in life comes with time, and if you are willing to put in the effort and have the discipline, everything will come to you. So I'll say, if anything you want to do in life, if you want to start a YouTube channel, start a business, build your car, have steps to acquire it. Because without a goal, a lot of people give up. So that's all I have to say for you guys. If you guys like the video, please drop a like, comment down if you have any questions or comments you want to say, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. All right, deuces.